What is up, and welcome back to Rad Potential. We've got the Miata in the garage and we are about to start phase 3 of this Miata. So a little backstory, I've had this blue Miata for a little over 2 years. I bought the car with a bad 1.6 with a bad crank key and put a new 1.6 in it to sell. Turned out that 1.6 was bad. So I decided to keep this one, part out my turbo car, and put the turbo stuff on this one because its chassis was a lot nicer. So I finally got it all done over the past year of slowly working on it and got the turbo stuff set up. It was ripping good. I was on my way down to get it tuned by a professional. I had street tuned it a bit, but I wanted to get it done right. And I had a oil sandwich plate down there. And on my way there, it was about a 45-minute drive to the tuner. On my way there, that plate backed off, dumped all my oil on the highway at like 70 miles an hour, and oil starved it. So that was sweet. Drained it oil, filled it back up. It's not knocking, but there was some metal in the filter. So what we're gonna do now is phase 3. I sold the turbo stuff because I needed money for some of the other projects that were going on before I could get back to this. However, now we're gonna pull this motor out, assess the bearings, either replace these bearings or possibly pick up a new motor and drop it back in. So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna snake this thing out. It's already half taken apart since all the turbo stuff was removed, but we're gonna remove the radiator, probably the front bumper because my hoist isn't big enough, disconnect the trans and the PPF, and snake this sucker out. All right, it's been about an hour and I've got everything ready to come out. At least as far as I know. We'll see once I start pulling it. Got the AC compressor off, all the connectors disconnected. Just kidding, just realized I got fuel lines. I left that for last in case I start spilling fuel. So fuel lines got to come off, and then I'm gonna hook the hoist up, pull this thing out. I got the drive shaft out on the floor, PPF disconnected, so we're good to go. right, there we have it. The Mazda Speed 1.8 and 6-speed is out of the car. While pulling it out, I only forgot to pull the clutch slave cylinder off the trans, and then I pulled the starter and starter ground and power wire off the starter as I started to pull it out, because you just can't reach it, or it's a lot easier once you start lifting the car up. Summary, it's been a little while since I pulled the Miata motor. Not too bad. It only took about an hour and a half, but BMW connectors are so much better. Everything comes apart so much easier than this 90s Miata. Anyway, so that's it. In the next one, we'll pull the trans and motor apart, throw the motor on the engine stand, flip it over, and inspect our bearings and see if we're going to need new bearings for this one, or if we're just going to keep looking for another 1.8 to drop in. Plans for this going forward, we're just going to get the 1.8 back in the car with the 6-speed, freshen some stuff up because I had some leaking seals on the trans, and then get this car ready for sale, clean it up real nice. We're going to paint match my blue hard top, and then who knows, if you're interested, hit me up. Be for sale soon. It's a pretty darn clean 92 with a 1.8 6-speed 3.9 Torsen. Basically the best NA Miata you can have or build. Well, maybe it was when it was turbo, but anyway, thanks for following along. Keep it rad.